Good morning, brothers and sisters. Brother Paul with the Universal Peace Officers bringing you today's Grounded with God. Use me. That's a phrase that I've been kind of praying and meditating on since last night and today. I remember when I was at my church, Mountaintop, years ago, they had a conference, a teleconference that was being cast at our church, and we were a host site. It was going on all over the country, and Rick Warren was one of the many speakers that we got to listen to. And the thing I remember most about Rick Warren, he was talking about the most powerful two-word prayer that you will ever say. If you say it and mean it with all your heart, he said, watch out. And the prayer was the two words, use me. You know, I got to thinking of a couple stories in Scripture that I've read over the years, and the first one's in Exodus 36, and it's Bez and Oli, I can't pronounce their names, Bezalel and Oliha, but I'm going to call them Bez and Oli, and every skilled person to whom the Lord has given the ability to know how to carry out the work of construction, the sanctuary, are to do the work just as the Lord has commanded. Then Moses summoned Bezi and Oli, and every skilled person to whom the Lord had given the ability, and listen to this, and who was willing to come and do the work. So the Lord told Moses to tell Bez and Oli and every skilled person to whom the Lord had given the ability and who was willing and come to do the work. What I get out of that scripture is God has given us all gifts and all abilities to further His kingdom and to use by Him, and we make a choice whether we are going to use those gifts to help further His kingdom. I look at me and my life and I ask myself, are the decisions that I make every day, am I being used by God to bring people closer to Him or draw people farther away? Am I doing things that bring me closer to God or draw me farther away? The reality of it is, to me, as I've meditated on it last night and today, is I'm always used by God in every little choice I make. Am I going to be showing people the right way to walk in His paths, or am I going to be showing people the wrong way to lose the battle of the flesh and the spirit that we are all in every day? As it says in Galatians 5:16, the flesh and the spirit are in constant conflict with each other. Romans 7 and 8 talks about it. Romans 7, Paul is writing about how he doesn't do what he wants to do, and what he wants to do he doesn't do. But then in verse 8 he talks about living by the Spirit, and he gives us the answer. So for me, I think today is just realizing that every choice I make is a decision to be used by God. And am I using my life to bring people closer to Him and bring myself closer to Him and help further His kingdom in that little way, one heart at a time? Or am I making choices that are just being selfish and showing myself and other people how to be in a little bit of a pile of crap because I make choices that are selfish? I wanted to take this home by just paraphrasing the sheeps and the goats in Matthew 25, and just to help us realize the importance of what we do and how God looks at it. You know, and this is what also came to me today when I asked myself, you know, with the little things I'm doing, am I being used to further God's kingdom or not? And it's really on how I deal with everybody, how I treat other people. And in the sheeps and the goats, it just basically says that, when the Son of Man comes, He's going to have all His angels sitting around, and He's going to put the sheep and the goats to His left and His right. And what determines whether these people were doing things for God, He talks about, is when you were doing things for my brothers and sisters. For when I was hungry and you gave me something to eat, I was thirsty, you gave me something to drink, I was a stranger and you invited me in, I needed clothes and you clothed me, I was sick and you came and looked after me, I was in prison and you came to visit me. And the Lord asked him, Lord, when did we do all these things for you? And he said, when you did these things for the least of my brothers, you did these things for me. Every interaction we have with people is a chance to let God use us. So today I'm going to try to be conscious of the things I do and how God uses me to impact those around me. And I'm going to take part of my day today and pray for the cause. God, fill me with peace, love, and compassion. Fill my family and friends with peace, love, and compassion. Lord, fill all the earth and all of humanity with peace, love, and compassion. Peace officers out. God bless America.